We chase wealth like it holds the key to our freedom. But what if it's a golden cage? What if everything we've been taught about money is the very thing that enslaves us? The ancient Stoics, Seneca, Epictetus, Marcus Aurelius, stood face with empire, power, and fortune, and turned their backs on it. Not because they hated money, but because they saw it clearly. They saw what we often miss. Wealth does not equal worth. This is not a sermon against riches. This is a mirror held to our desires, a confrontation with the part of us that believes we are not enough until we own enough. The Stoics spoke to this delusion with unwavering clarity, and if we listen, truly listen, we may begin to see money, not as a master, but as a tool, a thing to use, not to become. So let's begin. Not with the wallet, but with the soul. Wealth consists not in having great possessions, but in having few wants. The Epictetus, we live in a time of abundance, yet suffer from poverty of peace. The Stoics knew that gold could never buy what we crave most: security, control, inner calm. The pursuit of money often disguises a deeper fear, the fear of helplessness. So we hoard, we chase, we compare, and slowly we become slaves to the very thing we thought would set us free. But Epictetus, once a slave himself, taught that no external possession could make us truly secure. He had nothing, and yet he had everything because he had command over his desires. What good is a fortune if the soul is in chaos? It is not the man who has too little, but the man who craves more, that is poor. Seneca was a wealthy man. He had estates, influence, and power. But he knew how fragile it all was. In his letters, he warned us, not against money itself, but against attachment to it. Seneca practiced preparatio malorum, the premeditation of loss. He imagined losing everything, every day. Why? So that if wealth left him, it wouldn't take his peace with it. He reminds us that having riches is not the problem, needing them is. Wealth, to a Stoic, is like a sword, useful in battle, but deadly if held by the blade. Receive without pride, let go without attachment. Marcus Aurelius ruled an empire. He commanded armies, judged nations, and slept beside the weight of the world. Yet in his meditations, written only for himself, he writes like a beggar passing through a storm. He calls money cold coin and speaks of luxuries as distractions. He reminds us, we are born with nothing, we die with nothing. So why do we sell our peace to rent status? Marcus urges us to look within. He knew that real wealth, the kind that cannot be taxed or stolen, is found only in virtue, in reason, in character, in freedom from the passions that enslave others. To the Stoics, true wealth is simple: freedom from greed, mastery of desire, serenity in poverty. Grace in abundance. They did not reject money, they rejected dependence. Money is indifferent, neither good nor bad. What matters is how we relate to it. As Epictetus said, if you want to be rich, do not add to your money, but subtract from your desire. This is radical. This is liberation. This is Stoicism. We live in a world that glorifies excess. But the Stoic path calls us to discipline, to clarity, to strength. So ask yourself, would your identity survive if your bank account didn't? If, not why, the Stoics invite us to a deeper wealth, the kind that cannot be lost in a market crash, the kind that grows in silence, in hardship, in restraint. Let others chase more. We choose enough. We choose virtue. We choose freedom. We choose the inner empire that no tyrant, no tax, no fate can touch. Wealth is not the enemy, but our hunger for it, our fear of losing it, that is the battlefield. As Seneca wrote, a wise man is content with his lot, whatever it may be, without wishing for what he is not. So let's not wish for more coins, let's forge richer souls, because in the end, the Stoics teach us this: you own only what you can never lose, and the greatest fortune is a mind at peace.